What if the animals on a farm kicked out the farmer and ran the whole place by themselves?
That sounds like a kid's story.
It does, but this book was banned in 5 countries.
Banned? A story about farm animals?
George Orwell wrote it in 1945, called it a fairy story, but there is nothing fairy tale about it. It's about a revolution disguised as a farm.
Which revolution?
The Russian Revolution, Stalin, the Soviet Union. Orwell fought in the Spanish Civil War himself. He believed in socialism, but he saw the betrayal. Leaders who promised freedom became the new dictators. So he wrote this story. 4 publishers rejected it.
Why?
The Soviet Union was an ally, too dangerous to publish. When it finally came out, banned USSR, China, North Korea. And it all begins with one sentence on a barn wall. All animals are equal.
That sounds fair.
It does, until someone changes it in the middle of the night. Let me tell you the whole story. From old Major's dream to the last words on that wall.
On Manor Farm, there lived an old pig named Old Major. One night, he called every animal to the big barn. He told them the truth. Humans take everything from animals. They steal the milk. They steal the eggs. They give nothing back. Old Major said there was only one answer. Get rid of the humans. He taught them a song called Beasts of England, a song about freedom. The animals sang it together. Their voices shook the barn. 3 days later, Old Major died peacefully in his sleep. The farmer, Mr. Jones, started drinking too much. One night, he forgot to feed the animals. Again. The hungry animals broke into the food storage. Jones came running with a whip, but this time the animals fought back. Boxer, the giant horse, kicked with his huge hooves. The animals chased Jones and his men off the farm. For the first time in their lives, the farm was theirs. They changed the name from Manor Farm to Animal Farm. 2 young pigs stepped forward to lead, Napoleon and Snowball. The pigs turned Old Major's ideas into a system called animalism. They painted 7 rules on the barn wall, 7 commandments. Whatever goes on 2 legs is an enemy. Whatever goes on 4 legs or has wings is a friend. And the most important one. Number 7. All animals are equal. Snowball tried to teach every animal to read and write. But Napoleon had a different plan. He took 9 puppies away. He said he would educate them himself. No one asked why. Snowball and Napoleon led the farm together, but they fought constantly. Snowball had a big dream, build a windmill. With electricity, life on the farm would be easier for everyone. Napoleon said the windmill was a waste of time. Snowball was a brilliant speaker. The animals loved him. Napoleon was quiet, but he was building support behind the scenes. Every Sunday, the animals voted on big decisions. The day of the windmill vote was coming. Everything was about to change. But first, the humans came back. Mr. Jones brought farmers from nearby. They wanted the farm back. Snowball had studied battle plans. He was ready. He led the animals into position and gave the signal to attack. Boxer fought the hardest. His iron hooves knocked a man down. But then Boxer looked down and felt terrible. He had not meant to hurt anyone. Snowball was wounded, but the animals won. They called it the Battle of the Cowshed, a great victory. Snowball received a medal. He was a hero for now. On the day of the windmill vote, Snowball gave his best speech. The animals were ready to say yes. Then Napoleon made a strange sound, a high whistle. 9 enormous dogs burst into the barn. The puppies Napoleon had taken. Now they were attack dogs. They chased Snowball across the yard and through the gate. Snowball ran for his life. He was never seen again. Napoleon stood alone at the front, the only leader now. Squealer, a small fat pig, explained it all. Snowball was a traitor, always had been. Napoleon decided to build the windmill after all, Snowball's own idea. Boxer worked harder than any other animal on the farm. He woke before sunrise. He carried stones until after dark. His answer to every problem was the same: I will work harder. And his second motto, Napoleon is always right. Clover, the old mare, worried about him, but Boxer always smiled. Benjamin the donkey said nothing. He never said anything. The food got less. The work got more. But Boxer never questioned it. One night, a terrible storm hit the farm. In the morning, the windmill lay in pieces on the ground. Napoleon blamed Snowball. He said Snowball destroyed it in the night. Then something terrible happened. Animals began to confess. They said they had helped Snowball in secret. Napoleon's dogs killed them, right there, in front of everyone. That evening, Clover sat on the hill and looked down at the farm. She wanted to sing Beasts of England, but the song had been banned. The pigs moved into the farmhouse, the farmer's old house. They slept in beds, but the fourth rule said no animal shall sleep in a bed. Clover went to check the wall. The words had changed. No animal shall sleep in a bed with sheets. 2 words added in the night, and the meaning changed completely. Then the pigs started drinking alcohol. The 5th rule changed too. No animal shall drink alcohol to excess. One by one, the rules were being rewritten, and no one could stop it. Boxer kept working on the windmill, but his body was breaking. One day he collapsed. His lungs gave out. Napoleon promised to send him to the hospital. A van arrived. Benjamin read the words on the side: horse slaughterer and glue boiler. Benjamin ran and screamed for the first time in his life. Boxer, get out, they are taking you to die. Boxer kicked at the door from inside, but he had no strength left. The van drove away. Boxer was never seen again. Squealer said, Boxer died peacefully at the hospital. No one believed it. Then one morning, the pigs walked out of the farmhouse. On 2 legs, standing upright, like humans. They carried whips in their trotters. The sheep began to chant, 4 legs good, 2 legs better. Clover walked to the barn wall. She looked up at the rules. All 7 commandments were gone. only one sentence remained. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Napoleon wore human clothes. He smoked a pipe. He read a newspaper. Napoleon invited the human farmers to dinner. Pigs and humans sat together at the same table. They played cards. They laughed. They raised their glasses. Napoleon announced the farm would be called Manor Farm again. The other animals stood outside, looking through the window. They looked from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again. But already it was impossible to say which was which.
That ending, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, that was not a fairy tale.
Right? So let's go back to the beginning. Old Major stands up and says, humans take everything.
And 3 days later, he just dies?
The dreamer never sees what happens to the dream.
So the one good leader is gone before anything starts.
So the animals kick Jones out. The farm is theirs. That moment is beautiful, a real rebellion.
Rebellion? Is that like a revolution?
Close, fighting back against whoever controls you. And for one morning, they are truly free.
So what goes wrong?
Now comes the question, who takes charge?
The pigs, because they're the smartest?
That's what they say, and that's where it all starts. They write 7 commandments on the barn wall.
Commandments? Like rules from God?
Exactly, sacred rules, the foundation of their new world. The last one is the most important. All animals are equal. But while Snowball teaches, Napoleon takes 9 puppies away.
He's training them as guard dogs?
Not guards, weapons, his personal army.
So Snowball builds the future. Napoleon builds an army.
And nobody noticed.
Snowball talks, Napoleon acts, 2 very different pigs.
Snowball sounds like the better leader.
He is, but good leaders don't always win. Napoleon has Squealer, the master of propaganda.
Propaganda, is that like lying?
Worse, it's making the lie sound like the truth. Squealer doesn't carry a whip, he carries words. And words can be more dangerous. The battle happens, and Boxer is the hero. But after he knocks a man down, he freezes.
Why? He just saved the farm.
Because Boxer has a gentle heart. He never wanted to hurt anyone.
So the strongest animal is also the kindest?
Yes, and that's exactly what makes him easy to use. Remember, Boxer, we'll come back to him. And it won't be happy. The vote day comes. Snowball gives his best speech. Then Napoleon whistles, 9 dogs attack.
That's not a vote. That's a takeover.
A coup. The rebellion that freed them just got stolen. Then Squealer rewrites history. Suddenly, Snowball was never a hero, always a traitor.
But they saw Snowball fight. They know it's a lie.
They do, but the dogs are standing right there. When truth has teeth, nobody argues. Now, Boxer, I will work harder. That's all he ever says.
That sounds like a good thing.
It sounds good, but it's dangerous. It's blind loyalty.
Blind loyalty? What does that mean?
You follow someone without looking, without questioning. Napoleon is always right. He says that every day. And that trust will cost him everything.
I already feel bad for him.
Don't get too attached.
Too late for that. The windmill falls. Napoleon blames Snowball. Then animals start to confess.
Confess? Like they said sorry?
No, they admitted crimes they never did.
Why would they do that?
9 dogs watching. You say anything to survive.
But it didn't save them.
No, Squealer's propaganda made the killing sound normal.
Even the freedom song was banned?
But the worst betrayal on this farm, it's not the dogs. It's 2 words added to a wall in the middle of the night.
With sheets. That's all they added?
2 little words, and the meaning changed completely. That's corruption, changing the rules just enough to get away with it.
So they didn't break the commandments. They just rewrote them?
Exactly, and that's worse than breaking them. When you break a rule, everyone sees it.
But when you rewrite it, nobody even knows.
Imagine this, you gave everything to this farm. Every sunrise, every stone, your whole body. And when you finally break, they promise you a hospital. A van comes, the words on the side say slaughterer. Benjamin reads it, he runs, for the first time in his life. He screams, "Boxer, get out! They're taking you to die!" But Boxer has no strength left. He kicks the door, nothing.
His loyalty killed him.
His loyalty didn't kill him. The ones he trusted did.
And nobody could stop it.
Then the pigs stand up on 2 legs. Clover looks at the barn wall. All 7 commandments are gone.
Only one sentence left?
All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's the genius. It sounds like equality, but it means the opposite. The corruption is complete. Words mean nothing anymore.
So equal lost its meaning completely.
When the powerful control the words stop meaning anything. The last scene, pigs and humans at the same table. The animals look through the window.
Pig to man, man to pig. You can't tell the difference.
So the rebellion was for nothing?
Worse, they traded one master for another. That's satire, a story that uses a fairy tale to warn about real power.
Satire, like a joke?
Not a joke, a warning written with the tools of propaganda.
A fairy tale that tells the truth.
Orwell wrote this in 1945. The Soviet Union fell in 1991. He saw the ending 46 years early.
But this isn't just about the Soviet Union.
No, right now someone is rewriting the rules somewhere. Someone is saying, I will work harder, and a Benjamin says nothing. Remember our question? What if animals ran the farm?
Now we know.
They looked from pig to man, and from man to pig, and it was impossible to say which was which. 80 years later, that line still gives me chills.
Have you ever trusted someone who quietly changed the rules?
Tell us your story. We'd love to hear it.